Hey guys, welcome to the Tech Gaming Podcast. Today we're just going to be talking about Finding Dory, of course, just came out this weekend. And overall, just going to have a Pixar discussion about this movie in general. Mark's seen it. I want to know his thoughts. I have some just general impressions of the film. I didn't see it. So it's going to be a spoiler cast toward what you saw and your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
But what did you think, man?
Oh my god, that was very underwhelming. Like Finding Nemo, like as an anime movie, it's not my favorite anime movie of all time. Because it depends on my mood, but like it's definitely like one of my favorite anime movies of all time. Like right. I would definitely put it in my top 5. I was like crazy for that movie when I was a kid. Like I would like try to collect all the McDonald's toys. Like my I would yell at my parents to like drive me, like they'll drive me everywhere to find this one special Nemo toy. I would like make my own Nemo fanfics, make my own little books of Finding Nemo stories.
Right.
Like if I was to take young kid Mark into like this present day and age for like Finding Dory, he would die. Right. He couldn't take the joy. His heart wouldn't take the joy. He would die.
Right. What made Finding Nemo so great was that, it had such, for the time, right? Pixar was still coming into that age of what is this movie going to be, or what is this company going to be? How great are their films? They had made some great strides in the past prior to it, but this was the film that actually broke the bank of. This is Pixar. The color, there were like the ocean overall. We hadn't seen something that was so visually stunning from an animated film. In terms of 3D, since then, right? Like, well, except for I'd say The Good Dinosaur, but we hadn't seen anything in terms of scenic views of anything. The environment surrounding it, the creatures themselves, everything was just felt so modern, and everything was just so well crafted in the Finding Nemo universe, while also telling a great story. And of course, like you said, you yourself, if you were a kid and you were sent now and into the present day, you would have lost your mind. I think one of the issues with this movie is that it didn't come out immediately after. They waited almost a decade.
Yeah.
And I guess they were trying to get the parents in, but I think it's been way too late. If they were going to do a Finding Dory, they should have done this a year or two later. This
could have worked to this day and age, but like I'll get to that why from what they've done with it, why it doesn't.
Right.
Okay, first of all, the movie act like there's no sense of time between. They don't. You will never know. You don't know how much sense of time is between the first one and the second one. They don't establish that. The worst part about it is, like the thing about a sequels, my favorite thing about most sequels is like that feels so rewarding is like seeing the world develop after watching the arcs of the first film.
I mean, Toy Story is a great example of that.
Yeah.
The reason why 3 is so emotionally tying is that you see this boy grow into an adult.
Like, what is the world like now? Where are these characters like now? Like, what are they doing now? Like, what's different? Like, seeing them like they already went through this arc, so they already evolved. Like, I want to see how they work now with their evolved selves. Like with the sequel, you don't get any of that. Okay, first of all, the only returning characters are, the main characters: Dory, Marlin, Nemo. You
have the Ray in the fish.
Ray in the school and the kid school. That's it. You don't even get the parents from there. Right. A lot of people are missing. Like the Tang Gang were such good characters. And like the thing about it is, I wanted to see him interact with Marlin.
Right.
Like they never did that.
Gotcha.
And they
leave him to the side.
Yeah.
Right. One of the, I think we talked about this with Incredibles 2 a while ago. One of my grandest wishes or hopes is that they actually they give us a sense of passage of time in these sequels, because Pixar does this so well. It's at least when it comes to the Toy Story series, where they give you an emotional connection to the passage of time.
Yeah.
I really expected that Finding Dory, before the trailer came out, was going to be at least some sort of evolution or time or something, where like maybe Nemo had sort of aged a little bit. I don't know, something. Yeah. But this, from the trailer, what I saw was just the standard level of, we're going to keep it here even though it's been a decade.
Yeah, it's like for me, like, like even if you didn't have Nemo age, like everyone's the same age and stuff.
Right.
Like you still could have like had like still feel like most of the characters are like returning and coming like, they talk about like what happened before. They like there's a lot of references to the first movie. Well, there is actually there is a lot of references to the first movie,
and that's good.
Where they do like talk about like we did go search the whole ocean for you, and stuff like that. There are some callbacks or like some like funny cheeky things like Dory says like she does the exact same animation like when she was talking to a school kid, she does the exact animation like where is my family? Where are they? Can I help you? Like just the exact like I like that little thing to
callbacks
like,
and also just the way Dory's character. What is she? Was she great as a standalone? Like that was one of my worries was that Dory, or played by Ellen, of course, was not going to be the strongest character. Is she strong enough to play as a main character?
No.
Okay.
No. She needs the movie doesn't even act like it either. Cause throughout the whole movie, she has people around her to bounce off.
Okay.
She's always gonna have someone like you saw with the octopus guy. It's either gonna be Marlin, Nemo, or Destiny that her friend.
Was that a shark?
That was a shark.
Okay.
Or the octopus guy.
Mm-hmm.
The only time they had her alone was the climax of the scene where it was where it meant to be more emotional because it was it's more of a Belly and the Whale moment where she's all alone.
Right. And
now she got to figure out what to do.
Okay. The standard Pixar. Music pumping and
the movie does bring up she avoids being alone because she's not good at directions and she's self-aware of that.
Yeah.
So
she makes sure that she's with.
She cannot stand alone.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen the reviews give this movie very high marks.
They did.
We saw The Good Dinosaur last year, and that from a lot of reviewers got very low marks. I would say The Good Dinosaur was a great movie. I just got out from the majority of people who thought that it was just a sleeper hit or a non-sleeper hit that was just kind of bland. I thought it had.
I still like it. I think I still think it's.
It had heart. Yeah. It had characters that you were invested in. There were scenes that were really emotionally grabbing. It was a little more mature than what other Pixar films had or brought, except for Up. The 5 minutes of Up, you can't really.
It's the genre they were going for. It's the fact that the genre they're going for surprised me. It was like a western.
Yeah, and from what it sounds like, I'd still put this above Finding Dory.
Yeah, well, definitely. I Good Dinosaur was still fun to me. I think the best thing about Good Dinosaur because I didn't really have expectations and still surprised me of the genre it was in.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a big it's the way it's set up earlier seemed like it's gonna be a Land Before Time.
Exactly. That's what it looked like. Yeah.
But they got across that. But with this movie probably cut out these silent parts, but yeah.
In this movie, go more, go. The silence is too much.
I'm gonna wing it.
God damn it, Mark.
Michael Bay when Michael Bay was on stage. I'm gonna wing it. I'm gonna wing it.
The thing about TVs is. I'm sorry, but the thing about this movie, of course, is the reason that this movie really caught me, didn't really took me out of it, was the fact that it felt like Pixar, this was a movie that didn't need Finding Nemo didn't need a sequel.
It didn't, and, but
and that's the same with Toy Story, and that's the same with Cars, even though it was high margins, whatever. Same with Cars, same with a lot of movies. Inside Out doesn't need a sequel. It doesn't need a sequel. It'd be interesting to see another one, but most of the Pixar movies don't need a sequel. And this just felt like it was playing by the Pixar greatest hits lineup, right? You're gonna have your high moment of the booming music and the emotional stuff. You're gonna have a story that is in the setting just felt too familiar.
Yeah, like here, like what are the sequels we have so far? Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3.
You have the Cars series.
I can't compare Cars 2 because I haven't seen that yet.
Right.
Monsters University
Monster series, yeah.
Was is that it?
I want to say that's it for now. But of course we're going to have another Incredibles, so it'll add in another one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for right now.
Right.
But like yeah, like it's just like with Toy Story 2 and 3, like those sequels, like the things what make those sequels work is like they're respectful to the original they
pivot.
Yeah,
that's the greatest thing about these animated sequels.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get Toy Story 2 and then I'm gonna get Monster University because Toy Story and Monster University is a different thing.
Of course.
But Toy Story, like the Toy Story sequels, like the world, first of all, like it develops.
Right.
It develops. You see where the characters are after their arc. They're like the whole arc of like Buzz and like Toy Story 1 was Buzz and Woody just like not getting along and trying to get along. And like throughout Toy Story 2, it's so enjoyable how they're just like so buddy.
Right.
It's really fun to watch. Also like it's like when it comes to Toy Story 2, it does what Toy Story 1 does and more.
Of course.
It just expand
it brings more to the table.
Like we're gonna do this. It's like how you like in Toy Story 1, but like we're gonna do more. We're gonna just go full out.
You have to.
Yeah. With Toy Story 3, like the formula is like of course it would get tiring if you overdo it. But what they did with Toy Story 3, they just completely did a different genre.
I don't know how that opening still like blew my mind. I remember being in the theater and the train and the action scene like that. Like even thinking of it right now, like holy shit! Like that was like it took to like just that beginning to the end. The entire thing was like it all comes back to having an area where in a film where it feels familiar. You tell a different story, however. You somehow push the story forward as well. And of course it was the ending of a trilogy.
Yeah.
So that all tied in. I just
because like the world developed and like most importantly like they didn't like redo the formula kind of like what the Toy Story 2 did. They kind of just changed the genre around. It was a jailbreak movie.
Oh god, yeah.
And that like again that surprised me. I like that little twist right there.
Yeah.
And when going from Monsters Inc. to Monster University, I love Monsters Incorporated.
Oh, good. Yeah.
It's it's not one of my favorite Pixar movies. It's just like such a great scope.
Yeah, it is.
When you go to Monsters University, it's a prequel, but like it does so well. It's just like the thing about Monster University is, it treats the world right.
Yeah.
So like you get like what it does new, is it touches on things like that Monsters Inc. didn't touch on, like what happens what happens if you get caught by the adults. Like they never touched on Monsters Inc. But like in Monster University they establish that they establish a lot of things that they explore a lot of things that that Monsters the first movie didn't establish.
Right, they go into a completely different direction. You know.
So going from Finding Nemo to Finding Dory, they don't really touch on anything that the first movie said. Like they don't really explore much.
Pixar definitely. It just seems like Pixar didn't pick up and we just talked about the sequels that they made so far. I mean, even Cars 2 went so far as to pivot and expand the universe.
Can you explain Cars 2 to me, like what it does?
Cars 2 is probably one of the most hated Pixar movies of all time, except for Brave. But so it follows Mater, which it's very funny because Mater is a secondary character, and you wouldn't think that Mater would be good in his own standalone movie. Same with Dory, where she's a secondary character. You wouldn't think that she would be good in her own standalone movie. And Cars, the universe itself, the original, wasn't very favored. However, it was such a merchandise seller that, of course, they made a sequel. and this one takes place around the entire world. You have Lightning McQueen in a World Cup, and it involves all these different cultures. So you go through. If you're a huge car fan, you'll have a lot of different manufacturers that you'll have little like just little moments and little scenes that'll just be like, oh, this is what they're mentioning. It's like, it's really interesting.
Okay, so I know it's like from the trailers, like, yeah, they definitely changed up the scope from the first one.
And it's a spy movie this time around.
Yeah.
Right? So at least in that movie, they expanded it. They did a spy movie vibe. They changed the direction from the original, where the original was just like trying to go back to your roots and all this stuff. And but Finding Dory, it already seemed from the trailer like, oh, we're just gonna stick to the same. Like, and this was the movie, just like it felt like they were sticking to the same, and was it?
Okay, here's the thing. If they did stick to the same, it probably would have been better. The thing about Finding Dory is, yeah, I'm not joking. Like, the thing about Finding Dory, they do some things. The first one does, but less. It's as I said before, it's Finding Nemo.
Oh God.
Okay, all that stuff you saw in the trailer, like they're riding on meet up with Crush.
Yeah.
Running from the giant kraken.
Right.
Running from a glowing kraken. Like all that going around and stuff. That's all gonna be like the first 15 minutes or like 10 minutes or so. The rest of the movie takes place in the marine area.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Just
in the marine area, like
so all your
there's different areas in the marine area. Like there's like the aquarium, the quarantine place, and I guess the pipes or something. But like, I mean, they definitely explore that area. But like, in terms of scope, it was so much smaller.
That sucks.
And like it takes away the theatrical feel of the movie.
It just makes it feel tight and compact compared to the openness of a giant, of a giant ocean.
Yeah, because there's not much suspense in this movie at all. Actually, I can say not much. There's none. Because they're just like, they're in a like, you never feel like they're in a safe area.
Right.
They're in a safe area, like, oh yeah, the suspense and shit. Like that's also a problem with the movie. Like, okay, like as I mentioned before, like the quarantine place, it's a safe area. It's very compact and stuff.
Yep.
Even though they do explore different parts of it.
Okay.
They still not get a sense that they're in danger. But like, it's also from the story point. This is what this is what the bad thing that got annoying. Dory
is annoying.
No, not Dory, but like what Dory does is what Marlon mentions is like what they go to the scene like what would Dory do, and like they were stuck in a tank, right?
Right.
What would Dory do, and Marlon's like she would think, analyze things, and like Nemo's like, no, Marlon, that's what you would do. What would Dory do? And like she would just like look at the first thing she sees and like just like go with it or something like that.
Yeah. And
like, wait a second, and they do what Dory do, and then you start seeing Dory doing that, but like she does that so many times, and it's just like
it's a repetitive thing.
Not only is it repetitive, it's just like when Dory does that. She's just finding plot convenience. So it takes out the suspense because every time you know Dory's going to think, it's going to work anywhere. Like, it's just like...
It's a MacGuffin.
Like, it's like, it's going to work like, okay, yeah, she's going to find... Like, there's no suspense. She's going to find something. The movie never tricks you. And, like the movie never pulls, like, a trick where, she's gonna find something and it's going to work. Oh, no, it didn't. It actually didn't work this time. Somebody died. No. What's that?
The turtle died.
There should have been a sacrifice. That's what this movie needed. Right. But it's like...
Bing bong.
Yeah, it's... But like...
Actually killed Nemo this time.
Yes.
You learned the first time. What do you think you're
Frying Nemo.
Frying Nemo. Oh, God.
There's like 3 stores around the world named that.
But,
have you seen the honest trailers for Finding Nemo? There's like they like show it like there's like 3 stores named Frying Nemo.
That's ridiculous. Jesus Christ.
But like
but
it's like there's zero suspense. It's like the plot convenience gets annoying and like it's just like it's lazy storytelling.
Right.
Like Dory just always finds something wrong.
What it sounds like is that this is a G-rated Nemo, where the first time around when we saw Nemo get into that fish tank and he was stuck, it's like, what the hell were the rest of those fish going to do in that scene? That was suspenseful. That was like, holy shit! And it was filled with drama, and you had a lot of stress in your head of what's going to happen.
The movie ticket says PG.
It felt like
it felt like a G movie.
God, but there was just so much suspense in that original scene where he's in the fish tank and the filter's like about to literally kill him. And it seems like what you're saying is like she just finds something and it's there, right? Like Nemo, it's like you had to there was tracking everywhere. Like it was tracking for Marlin to find like all these different things. There was tracking for Nemo. It was all suspenseful because both of them needed to meet up at a certain place. This one, it sounds like none of that's there because of the lack of any like true, like you said, suspense, and that just ruins it.
Yeah, like here's what you get out of the first movie. The thing about the first movie was like what from a storytelling perspective, like what you get out of it, like Marlin's like the type of person that will he's scared of the ocean.
Right.
But like because all this happened, because like his son got taken, he's going through the trial of his fears.
Oh,
He's going through the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And it's like thrilling, and he's like they're exploring the ocean. Like there's so much scope.
Expansive.
Yeah, there's so
ocean.
much scope in this movie, and and you even switch over to Nemo's arc.
Of course.
Where he has to
he's enclosed and he's trapped in this
Yeah,
area.
and the Tank is trying to brave him up and have him
and he's growing as a character too.
Yeah, growing as a character too and go on his own. What this movie is just like
Dory's story.
Dory's she's at the what this was kind of do is she has to get across her short-term memory loss and actually try to remember something, but it just loses it loses
that feeling.
It loses what helps lose the feeling is again with the plot convenience. It's always there.
Right.
He's always thinking just I know I can do, and it's always the answer's just right there, so easy.
Right.
And that happens to the movie a lot. Let me I can get to the characters because here's the thing about Nemo, for the person who has his name in the title of the first movie, he's pointless in this movie. Nemo is so pointless in this movie.
That's why I wish that he was at least going to be a little older, or at least the point where his father was. Where it's okay, you'd see some growth, and now Nemo's the guy that, and I don't know.
He's just a tag along. That's all he is. He's he does say some few things here and there, and he does he's there to tell Marlin, oh, you should have said that to Dory, Dad.
Jesus.
But oh, I miss Dory, or what would Dory do, Dad? He doesn't do anything.
He's basically Yarny.
Yeah. Inside joke, but he doesn't do anything. He goes through a big arc in the first movie, and when it comes to this movie, he's just actually it loses that feel because you get that lose that feel from the first movie because he doesn't really do anything himself either. He still tags. He's strapped to Marlin throughout the whole of this movie.
Yeah, and it just it destroys any sort of growth to this character. And right now, here's what we're watching, and it looks like it's nostalgia that's just growing. That's
95 on Rotten Tomatoes?
It's nostalgia, and it's because it's Pixar, so it seems as if no one wants to really review this movie for what it is, because of course it's a Finding series, so of course, because people love Finding Nemo, and now they're adults.
It was an okay movie.
We're not gonna.
It wasn't good.
No one's, and that's weird. That's out of 132,000 people reviewing from the audience score.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm really, the only people, there's
salty.
8 out of 151, 8 versus 151 people said it was rotten. Only 8 people. And sort of the reviews of it all on the tomato meter. That sucks. I was
it did just come out
because the truth is, The Good Dinosaur is actually a better movie than this.
Yeah, well, right? From my standpoint, like well, a lot of people say never trust the tomatoes meter because sometimes it's inaccurate.
Right, of course.
Also, the movie did just come out like today. Like,
So
yeah,
it'll take some time to sink in. I just think that overall this movie was it felt like Pixar was just doing this to get some bank. Right, that's all it felt like. It felt like, okay, here's a movie that people will just go into and buy because it says Finding and it's a character that they like, Dory. You know, and I wasn't impressed. Like, I thought that both Inside Out and The Good Dinosaur were imaginative and original ideas, and they grew Pixar overall, and I thought, okay, this is a strong lineup. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, Good Dinosaur, whatever, doesn't impress me at all. I mean, sorry, Finding Dory doesn't impress me at all.
Yeah, like, there's, like, again, there's, like, not much scope. There's not much... Okay, here's the thing about, like, the water looks like, you know, Finding Nemo, that movie looks beautiful, right?
Yeah, blows your mind.
Because, like, they stay in the marine area, they don't explore much more. You expect a sequel to Finding Nemo, it'll be more ocean exploring. Like, a lot more ocean exploring.
Hey, guys, what should we do for the sequel? Let's shrink it into an area that will look like a harbor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like... Yeah. It's like... You don't get that beautiful scenery. Also, the 3D doesn't really do much anyway. But like,
I mean, at this point, the fact that they stay I guess that I'm guessing the graphical quality up is at least somewhat better over the 12 years since the original.
It is.
I mean, I'm sure.
I say it's actually pretty weird looking at some of the updated models because like.
The
Marlin model, like I mean, some of your model is like they're so realistic. It's kind of weird. They kind of look weird.
Are you saying that Finding Nemo needs to get a remaster? needs to get a 4K remaster.
Ew. I'm just like looking at Marlin's face and kind of see the wrinkles on his face. And
God, why no? How do we make this guy more realistic? Let's add wrinkles to a fish.
It's not bad. It's like these models are kind of weird.
Right.
I mean, these designs and it just make you think like these designs are pretty weird when I think about it now. But, like
they couldn't just throw out a 2003 graphic level Finding movie and just we're gonna leave it the same.
Yeah.
But overall, it's just.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's another thing. Like I think it's a spoiler podcast, so I can mention it. But like, I wait till after the end credits.
Mm-hmm. What's the scene? What was the scene?
They did another joke where the seal. Well, I think you saw that trailer with they were like, Gerald, get off the rock! Oh. They do that joke like 3 times in the movie. It's funny. I think that's the best joke in the movie they have.
Really? That's disappointing.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the best jokes. I mean, like, there's a few jokes here and there.
Right.
But after that little joke part, you see little baggies roll up, and it's the Tank Gang, and they're still in bags. That's like that. Okay, here's
from the original movie. God, they should be dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. The bags are like green algae, but like they like rub it like.
Someone pop those bags open, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like no, but here's the thing. Here's a plot hole. The end credits of the first movie. The end credits of the first movie, you see all the fish flying around. And you see cameos of like in the middle of the end credits that crush people and you see the Tank Gang out of the bags just swimming around in the first movie. I
guess they didn't check that. That's weird.
Yeah, I knew a cameo appearance was gonna come in the end credits. Well, there was no cameo in the actual end credits. Just like that was a cameo, but it was I thought they're still in the bags. I thought they got out of the bag, so that.
I thought that would be the stupidest end credit, just to have them. Well, it's not stupid. It's just kind of weird that you would, as an end credit sequence, you'd have 4 fish I
think it was like
a starfish, and but you'd have 4 sea creatures, right? 4 or 5 sea creatures. You'd expect them to get out of that. Because at this point you're just saying they're dead, and it's not funny anymore.
Well, they were good characters in the first. And I was kind of expecting.
So basically, it's like, hey guys, we're wasted potential, floating in the water.
Yeah,
wasted potential.
Like I just kind of like
they could have a side movie.
Yeah.
Finding the character, the gang, whatever. Finding
the tank gang, but like
finding the tank gang.
It's just like it just kind of throws a lot of things off because like okay, first of all, like again it like leaves a plot hole. So like end credit scene in the first movie was like non-canon.
Fake.
Yeah, like
it wasn't real.
Like I remember,
years.
I remember when I was a kid, like reading little Disney comics and stuff. And, they appeared in comics outside their little baggies. They were like talking to them.
Oh man.
The comics like probably don't need to be canon, but like it's still
right. But still,
it was there.
Right.
And like, and so like it even questions more of like, what's the sense of like of the time period between the first one and the second one, because they don't look like they aged at all. And they're still in bags.
Yeah, so the passage of time there was no passage of time because of course Nemo's still young and Marlin's the same age. He would be dead by now. Dory is the same age. They're all the same. So that's what's weird. That's the whole thing about this time passage thing. That's why I'm worried about The Incredibles. That's why I'm worried about.
It makes
because it's like if they're not going to use the passage of time to their advantage. I guess it'd be weird for the Finding series to do that because, of course, the fish would die and then it'd be really weird. But for them to just have that in credit sequence and then just for this entire story to be placed 12 years later in the box office, but literally probably a month after the original was supposed to be in their time is just odd. Like I said before, this should have come out. I'm getting a call. But yeah, this is a movie that should have come out at the end of maybe a year or two after, not 12 years, and the characters haven't aged. And I know that this is supposed to be a new this should be. I know this is a new for a new generation. I get that, but
it doesn't. Well, it doesn't feel like it. It leaves a lot of
It's a throwback, but it's.
It doesn't feel like it's leading off. It can be its own thing because it references as I said before, it does reference a lot of things from the first movie.
Yeah.
And it does carry over a lot from the first movie because here's what happened in the opening sequence. You get Dory as a kid, and she's talking to her family and stuff, her mother and father, and then
basically
you get
ripping off Finding Nemo. Basically,
it can do that.
I know. It's been 12 years, whatever.
And then you see as he she's wandering off and then she gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to she's trying to ask people for directions. She gets older and older and she forgets what she's looking for as she gets older.
Jeez.
And then it cut what I do it does cut to that scene where you see a boat just go across over her head, and then she's just keeps swimming, and then it just cuts to that scene where it's look out of Finding Nemo, of the Finding Nemo scene when she the other story when she bumps into Marlin. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. And
then it just stops there, and it just stops when they're in their home.
Yeah.
So it's if you were not to see anything of the first movie, you wouldn't get that. Why are they living with each other now?
That's that. Like I said, it should have come out earlier, but we're gonna stop.
Yeah, with the one of the characters is the octopus.
Okay.
Here's one of the things in the movie, Dory acts the octopus here's the thing,
right.
when Dory gets put on the boat, she gets found by the people, they put a tag on her.
Okay.
That tag means she's going to Cleveland to some kind of aquarium or something.
Right. Going to
and everyone who doesn't have a tag is going back to the ocean. The octopus, all he wants from Dory is a tag. So he wants to go to Cleveland, and he doesn't want to get one to be dumped into the ocean.
Right.
Dory, when Dory asks why you don't want to go to the ocean, he says bad memories. I don't want I don't want to go back to the I don't want to go back there. Just bad memories and stuff.
Yeah.
you'd think that like leads into something. It's like a
like a little Pixar 10-minute like short story
and I was like, okay, I see. So they're setting up his like, so later I'm gonna get his backstory
so
of
so you have a little
character development, like his like touching backstory of like why he doesn't want to go back to the ocean. No, it's never brought up. It's never brought up why he doesn't want to go back to the ocean. So like bad memories. I don't want to go back there.
Right.
He does go back there in the end though because Dory like come on, you need to like come with me or some shit.
Right.
Family bullshit. It's like I don't like the movie. I'll give it this. The movie did feel short, but not in a good way. It was felt like it can't like it just like it was like
can't get any worse.
It can't just like end here. I'm like, cause like I was thinking
you still wanted to because
I want something out of it. I wanted to get something out of it because I was like, you can't end here. Like you gotta you're gonna bring something up. Cause I was gonna think I was getting hyped up because like at a moment where like Dory blacked out because I was thinking it was gonna do a Zootopia thing where it's like, okay, like here's where the real movie starts. I was like, okay, I get it. All this part before this is the beginning. So like this whole part is the rest of the movie. This is where the scope gets bigger and like. I get more character development. Like, no, we're just going back to the same stuff. We're just continuing with the story.
Right.
Like, it just never like leads into anything. It's just like, it felt short in a bad sense. Like, well, you just can't end here. You gotta have something.
Right.
You gotta like.
It's funny and it's sad that it doesn't live up to the original that was 12 years ago. Like, there were so many elements that they could have taken from the original and expanded upon. Like we said before, the sequels, of course, from other Pixar films, at least expand upon it and spin in a different direction. It seems as if they did that, but they went to an enclosed space which just does not fit the idea of finding anything and the idea of the universe that Finding Nemo started everything off with. And that Dory is just is such a more compacted film, with characters that aren't really developed all that well, and that's what it seems like.
Like much shorter scope. It he should this movie should have been one of two things. Like it should have been a direct to DVD movie.
What?
Well, either way, it should have been direct to DVD. Mm-hmm. Should have been direct to DVD movie, or just like a 30-minute short, like a Toy Story shorts.
Yeah.
Because it felt like a short, but like it was extended to movie. Like.
But how feelings of a finding something, but it could have been easily just like a miniseries.
Yeah, it's just like I said before, it's Diet Finding Nemo. It does, it doesn't even seem like it's trying to be its own thing. It's just like we're kind of the first movie, but like less.
It hits all the beats that Pixar at least it
tries to.
It hits just by minimum level. It does all the check boxes of a Pixar movie. Like, oh, has the emotional part, it has all the characters that you want in a sequel, it has at least one callback and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, standard stuff, we're going to release it out. And it just it felt like a cash grab to begin with. And obviously, it feels like a Pixar cash grab. Like, we've seen cash grabs we've seen, like, cash grabs that are awful, but this is, like, the first, like, Pick Cars 2 is the first. But for cash grab, like this is the second of a Pixar cash grab where it just does not have. I'd say actually Cars 2 is better because it expands on the world, but that's my opinion. People dislike Cars, so.
Also, he hasn't really seen Finding Dory, so he doesn't really know yet. But
right, just my general. Just
yeah, I like it. It's yeah, like small scope. It's just like it's not. Like it's just like It's not the sequel I thought it would, and now like after watching this movie, I just kept thinking like, did I really want a sequel to this movie? Like
the longer time passed, the less and less you didn't want a sequel. The more and more the hype started to, or the more and more ideas of what a sequel would start to just encase into your mind. It's like, okay, if you were gonna do this, at least do it in the 2 years after you made Finding.
Yeah, now could you just get to realization like, this movie really didn't need a sequel then. It's like, and now it makes me more like, I kind of like blows out my hype for Incredibles 2 because like I'm worried like if it's gonna end up being the same thing. Like
I doubt.
I know there's plenty of ways to make it good. It's like
the same with Finding Dory was like there's plenty of ways to make it good.
Yeah.
And you just went this direction. It's like okay. Yeah, I have hope for Incredibles 2. I even have hope for Cars 3. Because that's just that's just me as much as people
like
don't need Cars.
yeah, because they could the thing about the movie is like it's not that it's the same thing. It's like they just do less of the same thing. You know what you expect. They just do less of what you expect. So there's so much less action and there's actually less jokes. There's more. There's a lot of like character scenes, just like basic character scenes. Like it's I'll give it. It's charmful. It's charmful. But like it's like it doesn't try to make you laugh much. It doesn't have much action. I'm not sure what. I guess the only feeling it's trying to get out of you is like emotional.
And that's
then like it just like that feeling does you kind of realize that feeling does wear off at like a certain amount of time.
Of course.
I wasn't feeling emotional though, but like. Because like the movie, because the story was the plot was very predictable.
Right.
Very predictable. It's like but like, it's just like, yeah, I didn't really get much feeling from this movie.
Right. It's weird when Zootopia gives you more than I don't know. Like, have you seen Zootopia yet?
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's like that. Disney, the Disney Pictures seems to be doing a little more in terms of. Just making quality movies, at least in the past few years. So, well, I can't say that because Inside Out, like I said, Inside Out and Good Dinosaurs were both unique and innovative and just very inspirational.
That was a good year last year,
right?
For Pixar.
And I don't know. It looks like this isn't Pixar's year. We're going to wait until 2017 to see something original again. Of course, 2018 is incredible. So it comes down to next year to see something original again, which is weird because usually Pixar was the original place where you'd get all these originals every year until but. Whatever.
Right. Well, they're not like on a pedestal as they were before.
No. After
they just
people kind of lost that vibe after Cars 2 and Brave. Even though I think Cars 2 was good, I remember going to the theaters really hyped and I loved the action sequences and they spun it into a completely different direction, but people just didn't enjoy it as much.
Like,
same with Brave, where
like,
it felt like a Disney movie. And
at the point they were allowed, they're just on the same line with like DreamWorks and other computer animated movies. Like
even Sony Pictures,
you gotta throw something out, see if the audience like it or not. Because like back then they were on that high pedestal, like they could just make
animation,
like
beautiful.
Well, like, they were on that high pedestal where like they were like they can almost make anything and people just look forward to it. Right. And like anything DreamWorks would do, like you're not Pixar, get the fuck out of here. I don't care what that shit is. It's not. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's good, but it's not Pixar.
Right.
I don't see Pixar in the beginning.
So
fuck off.
I think, that's the reason why I think How to Train Your Dragon 2, well, no, there were a number of reasons why the sequel to How to Train Your Dragon wasn't as successful. DreamWorks has never gotten to that point. So I think there's still a high point for Pixar. It's just not as relevant as it once was. And I think that at a certain point, and I talked to Austin about this. I think at this point in time, with the way that Disney is doing in terms of its story, how well Disney is doing in terms of their storytelling, and what's up? Like when it comes to Disney stories and that sort of thing, it just felt like it feels like at this point, in the next few years, Pixar will just become we're in the middle of a Disney renaissance. We're starting to get back into another Disney renaissance, and I talked to Austin about this. We're getting to the point now where Disney's computer animated movies are literally as good as Pixar now. Like the visual and the storytelling points are just as good. Pixar is now here only because it sells tickets. That'll be like in the next few years. Pixar's going to be there, but it's only going to be there for Disney's only going to keep it around because it sells tickets. It makes a lot of money. People still think Pixar. They still think the brand that is the greatest CG animated company of all time, at least for now. In the next few years, I guess, and that's just what's going to happen. I'm
looking for that new. I forgot the name of it. But it's this new Disney princess movie. It looks
looks amazing.
Looks give me Lilo and Stitch vibes.
It looks like Lilo and Stitch. Looks like the Little Mermaid mixed together. Looks like it'll be some musical stuff. That's going to blow up the box office at the end of the year. So it just seems as if Pixar's at this point where Disney doesn't necessarily need them to tell these great CG animated stories, but they'll be around to make some unique. It'll still be around, but it just isn't really necessary anymore because, like I said, Zootopia blows it out of the water. That was like a perfect example. Big Hero 6 is another example. You know, it just I don't.
Yeah. Like with Finding Dory, I'm not like as I said before, it's a very underwhelming movie. It's not really that great of a movie, but I did mention it's okay. The good things about it is like the soundtrack is good. It still looks beautiful for what they do.
Right.
I mean, and there were certain parts of there were some fun parts of the movie. Like they do explore like a Marlon Nemo like in a bucket and stuff.
Gotcha.
And, there were a few jokes and like the character interactions are interesting.
Okay.
But like other than that, it's just like it's like
standard Pixar.
It's so standard. It's like
standard Pixar or standard like CG movie at this point.
Standard Pixar. Like
okay.
It doesn't touch anywhere lowbrow. Good. Like
it's not Ice Age level yet. It's not Ice Age.
Nowhere near. No, like it's like as a standalone movie. From just a movie in general, it's like okay. Story wise, again, like it still takes aspects from the first movie to like. It'll be odd to understand, but I guess the audience can accept it, accept it, because like I've seen a couple sequels before where I haven't seen the first one, and I like come and they were like good in the sequel, and it ended up being good movies, and I accepted it. Like the Avengers, I saw that, and I never seen anything before that around that point, so like that was a good movie. So like, as a standalone movie, it's an okay movie. But it's very average.
Yeah, it just feels like this would have done so much better if it came out in like literally a decade ago. But overall, guys, that's our thoughts on Pixar and Finding Dory in general. Guys, thanks for enjoying. This has been a Tech Gaming Podcast. You can find Mark at
is there one more thing I can say?
And no, you can't say one more thing. What's up?
Shit.
Go ahead.
One thing I got, the good thing of is there's like a nice little short film before the little traditional short film before the movie. It's called Peep.
Okay.
It was like it was these little bird. It's like realistic. It was like realistic bird trying to like find clamshells. It's very simple, but I do recommend checking it out. So you like.
I mean, Pixar always knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, they knock out of the park with those short films. They're always except for Lava. I did not like Lava.
I mean, what was that movie? Sanjay and the Super Friends, was that in front of Inside Out, or was that in front of... that was in front of The Good Dinosaur, right?
In front of Good Dinosaur. The one before Inside Out was the Lava where they saw...
the Lava was Inside Out, God.
Board.
It was okay.
It was okay with that.
Maybe that was the prequel to Moana, but...
Oh my God, I hate to say that because it sounds plausible.
But overall, guys...
but that's it.
Yeah, you can find Mark over at... Canine Biscuits.
It's blasting turboboards and Canine Biscuits, yeah.
Awesome. And find them on YouTube and Facebook. And you can find me at Democracy at YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm Bryan Swan. This was Mark. And stay tuned for...
Logging out, everybody.